What's going on, guys? It's Smudger here, and today I'm bringing you some Aug action with what I think is the best setup for the gun, if not the most fun setup in my opinion. But before we get into that, I just want to say a massive thank you for an incredible month on the channel. October has seen record numbers of pretty much everything: subscribers, views, comments, and just general engagements in the channel. I'm having so much fun making content for you guys, and I want to know what you guys want to see more of on the channel, so let me know in the comments down below and I'll make it happen. I'll leave the actual setup of the Aug in the description down below if you want to check it out, but I just wanted to discuss why I think this is such a good SMG and why it's so underrated and underused within the game. Now, the Aug packs a punch. I think it deals one of the highest, if not the highest damage of any SMG. Maybe the Striker beats it, but it's certainly higher than the far more popular MP5 and MP7. And this means that if you're a decent player who can land shots more often than not, you're going to stand a pretty good chance of outgunning all but possibly the sweatiest players in most lobbies. And when you couple this with the 407mm lightweight barrel, which increases the damage range and bullet velocity, your enemies don't really stand a chance. In fact, in this clip, you'll see a guy get a fair few shots into me before he just gets ripped apart from the power that is this Aug. Now, there is a longer barrel, the 622mm, but that comes with a significant increase in ADS speed and slows down your movement. Kind of gets rid of the point of running an SMG, in my opinion. You want it to be sharp and snappy, which this Aug setup is. One important thing to note here is that I am running the 32 round mag attachment, as the default actually is only a 25 mag, I believe. And that'll deal with a couple of enemies pretty easily, but if you find a trio of campers in a building, the last thing you want is to be without bullets to finish off the third. So do make sure you stick that attachment on for maximum efficiency when shredding people. You do lose a fair bit of control with this setup, but I've not really seen much of an issue with it. You could make the Aug into a straight laser beam at the cost of damage and range, but the recoil pattern, in my opinion, is pretty easy to control, especially if there's close to medium engagements. You're going to be taking them up 90% of the time, so it doesn't really matter. And if you are taking up those longer engagements, if there's something to mount on, just do that and it's pretty easy to control. I'd always prioritise damage and range when it comes to a gun like the Aug to make sure you're finishing off enemies as quick as possible and kind of moving on to the next one. Now let's talk about why this gun is so underused, and I've just spent a good couple of minutes raving about it, so why isn't everybody running it? And it comes down to two things. The Warzone meta is carried through into every aspect of Modern Warfare, and that means the go-to SMG is the MP5 or the MP7, and it's understandable. You can see why. They're easy guns to use, anyone can drop decent numbers with them, but you have to admit they're a bit boring. And if you want to have a different multiplayer experience, then switching up the gun you're using is the easiest and best way to do it. And honestly, I've been having a ton of fun with this. Maybe not dropping the highest numbers in the world that I would do with the MP5, but I've definitely been having more fun, so that's what matters. The second reason is skill-based matchmaking. I know we're probably all sick and to death of hearing about it, but it forces everyone to use their best classes. Everyone wants to top leaderboards and win, and because the lobbies are so sweaty all the time, a lot of people feel the only way they can do this is by sweating it out. And I'm here to say that's not the case. You can hit those big numbers, you can get wins with different guns. You just have to adapt your playstyle, pick different gunfights, and just generally get used to the gun for a few games before you just chuck it out the window and go back to your trusty M4 or MP5. With that being said, I am going to leave it here. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to find more content from me. We're churning out this content at an alarming rate, 3-4 videos a week, and I'm going to keep it up for as long as I can, definitely through into Cold War. And also, we're so close to 600 subscribers, which is insane. I think we hit 500 like 10 days ago. So thank you all so much for the support on the channel. Have a good day, and I'll catch you guys later.